Hello, Taurus. Elsie here to do a reading. It is a bonus reading, Taurus. How are you, my bull gang? I hope you're well. Thank you so much. Just coming here to say thanks for all the ways that you love me on this channel. I do appreciate you so very much. So, Taurus, we're talking about your next solid opportunity. And whatever that opportunity is, it could be money, it could be job, it could be love, it could be friendship. Let's talk about that. Tell me about Taurus, please. Tell me about Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What's the next solid opportunity for Taurus? Something that you can count on, Taurus. I'm talking about your energy. Something that's long-term, solid, grounded, dependable, moving slow. Something you can be sure of. What's your next solid opportunity? Tell me about Taurus. Third time now I pulled the Emperor, the bottom of the deck. Tell me about Taurus. Tell me about Taurus. That's the one who's stoic, solid, grounded, right? That's the one who is not very flexible, but knows what they want. Tell me about Taurus. We've got the Seven of Cups. We've got the Page of Swords. Taurus, I feel like there's a decision that you've got to make. It feels like an emotional one, and you're not really sure how to make that decision because you don't want to be in regret about making the wrong decision. The Page of Swords is here to say, do your research. Do your research, whatever it is. If it's the new job, you better investigate that company. If it is the promotion, then you better really look deeply at that position to see if that's something that you want to do long term. If it's love that you're trying to decide, is this something that you like? It feels like you need to really investigate whatever it is. Investigate the person, maybe Google their email addresses, Google their phone number. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like you need to really do your investigation work here. There's something here that's to be learned that would be to your benefit to learn something here. Because I feel like you're trying to make some sort of a decision about what to do next. Got the Sun. I feel like you are going to have a breakthrough here. Got the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. So there definitely is an opportunity here because the Knight of Pentacles is here and so is the Queen of Pentacles. It does look like there is a very lucrative, abundant decision to be made here. We do have two swords, right? One in the hand of the Queen and one in the hand of the Page. And so I feel like this is I want to say, whenever I see swords, it seems a little harsh to me. It seems like I'm going to go this way or that way. I'm going to make a decision this way or that way. And if I pick that way, I'm just going to build a brick wall to that way so I can never get back. Like, it feels like it's final is what it feels like. It's no wiggle room. And I think that's why you're taking your time, because the Queen of Pentacles is here. It's Capricorn energy, but Taurus and Virgo as well in this reading here. And we have the Knight, and the Knight of Pentacles is the one who is being super careful. So I feel like you are being super careful about some opportunity that is showing up for you. Now, the thing is this, is I feel like it's an opportunity that you see has already begun to grow, or there's a lot of growth to be had here, but it feels as though you're not entirely sure how long it's going to take to get to the place that you want to be. You know, she's holding a really small plant. I'm going to say it's not a tree. It's a small plant. Is it going to take me 100 years to get to where I want to be? Because the Knight of Pentacles is moving super slow. With the Queen of Pentacles, it feels like this. You see this little plant as being a tree, being a great big oak tree sometime down the road. But how long will it take me to get there is the question with the Queen of Pentacles. Now, the Queen of Pentacles has what she has, or he, right, depending, feminine or masculine. They have what they have because they are willing to stay the course. They're willing to stay the course, move slow. No matter what happens at the end of this, I'm going to enjoy the journey. And the journey is really what the Queen of Pentacles is about. And so, because it goes slowly, right? So you may never reach the end, I'm going to say, the end result, but it feels like a decision needs to be made here as to whether I'm going to enjoy it enough to go on the journey. if that makes sense. The Queen of Swords is here, and it's begging you to be really honest with yourself. Am I willing to learn whatever I have to learn, do the work, whatever it is that I have to do, dig really deep to figure out whatever I need to know, go back to school, whatever it is? Am I really willing to do all the work that I have to do in order to get this thing that is going to take a really long time? I feel like you're having some sort of a breakthrough here. Let's talk about that for a second. I think you're about to have some sort of a breakthrough in making this decision. So for those of you who are like, there's no opportunity coming, I could be talking a really long time in the future. Listen, when the Knight of Pentacles shows up and we say slowest moving knight in the deck, yada, 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 right? You don't understand how slow that is. But there is a decision coming, right? So for some of you, this decision is going to be the hardest decision of your life. And it feels like it's going to be something that you've been seeing in the distance. So maybe as an example, I'll throw out there, maybe you wanted that promotion or that job, but the company you are working for right now says you have to be employed with us for 2 years before you can apply for that position. And finally, maybe coming up very soon is your 2-year anniversary. And now you can apply for that job that you have wanted all along. But it feels like it's taken a long time to get here, and you see the opportunity, but now you have to make a decision, and I think you're having a breakthrough. Tell me what the Sun is here. It feels like you've had a lot of growth, and whatever it is that you've been doing, you've taken the time to grow and be happy. I feel like it's a happy decision that you make here. Tell me about the Sun. We've got the High Priestess. So the opportunity is solid, Taurus. It's coming and it's solid, but it feels like you're going to have to use your intuition in order to know what to do next. Now, for some of you, this is an emotional decision because we have the 7 of Cups, right? Which is confusing and overwhelming. And if I make this decision, am I going to feel regret? I'm just looking at the way that's depicted on this card. 2 of Cups, right? Is this going to end up in 5 cups, or is it going to end up in what I want? I feel like you need to do the research to know exactly what's going on. But now we have the King sitting up against this High Priestess. So it's telling me to look really deeply within your intuition here and do whatever is going to make you happy. You've got to be really honest with yourself. And with the Sun here, I think that you will be. But I also feel like you really need to do your homework. You need to figure out what you need to do. Like, you need to do your homework. Like the page is sitting here with a book open. You really need to do your homework to figure out if this is going to be a good opportunity for you. For some of you, we are talking about an opportunity in love or romance. There is somebody who is showing up here. For those of you who are looking at this as a reading for love or romance, there is a King of Cups showing up here. The King of Cups is somebody who is emotionally wise, right? Emotionally available, intelligent. This person is somebody who is anticipating what you need before you need it. This is somebody who's really ready, right? They're really ready. They're very deep. Someone who's very sturdy in a storm. And this person is somebody who probably has a lot of feelings. There's 2 cups here. One in the hand of the King, one in the hand of the Knight. There is romantic feelings here, if this is that kind of reading for you. I feel like you're being asked to do a lot of research. Be really honest with yourself. This is a long-term, solid opportunity, but how long, right? Could be 2 years. Could be longer than 2 years. Tell me about the Queen of Swords. Why are you supposed to be honest with yourself? I think that the Sun is here with the Queen of Swords because you really need to see all of the red flags. I'm just noticing this big red flag, right? I think that you need to be aware that there's a decision that needs to be made here, but please don't ignore the red flags. Whether I'm talking about a job or a romantic connection, and I think that's why the Sun is on the Queen of Swords. So you'll make the right decision. But the universe can show you everything that you need to see, but if you look away from it, then it is what it is, right? So I feel like you're being given everything that you need to make the right decision, but you can't ignore what you feel because the High Priestess is here. We've got the 6 of Cups. We've got the 10 of Pentacles. And we've got the 7 of Swords, because I feel like this is a history that you have here, Taurus. And the history is this. The 6 of Cups can be the cycle that's coming back. And the cycle that you have in long-term relationships is ignoring the red flags. Because this person has a mask on, right? They're trying to get away with something. And I feel like you might have a history of ignoring the red flags up front because you are interested in feeling romantically connected to someone, and you feel deeply connected immediately. The 10 of Pentacles tells me that this could be a long-term solid relationship, but your pattern, Taurus, because this is 6 of Cups we're talking about, your pattern with the Queen of Swords needs to be realized. The Queen of Swords is just cutting out all the bullshit, right? And so that's why the Sun is hanging over the head of the Queen of Swords, trying to give you a deep look into whatever this is, whatever this opportunity is. And for you to make the right decision, you have to first notice your pattern. And so I feel like with the 10 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, I feel like it's asking you to move slowly here, to not jump in head first, to move slowly, to start at the talking stage. Can we talk about this for a while to see if there's any red flags that showed up? 7, 8, 9 swords, worry. This may not work, right? There's worry. And so I feel like the Sun is here to tell you to do your homework, move slowly with the Pentacles, whatever kind of opportunity this is. Tell me about this Page of Swords here. There it is. We just called it out, right? 7, 8, 9, and then the 9 of Swords shows up. So we know we're on the right track. So I feel like that this 9, ooh, there we go. Yeah, the King of Swords is here. I feel like you really need to spend a lot more time in the talking stage, Taurus. That's what it feels like. Make sure that you spend ample time in the talking stage. Make sure that you make the right decision that's best for you so you don't get your heart broken. Please don't ignore the red flags. Tell me about this Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. Because it feels like if it's love, somebody shows up that is everything on your checklist. And if it feels like it's business, it feels like you go from the Knight to being the Queen. It means like there's a big raise coming with this position. Tell me about the 7 of Cups. What are your worries here, Taurus? Worry is, right now I'm single and I'm happy. That's the worry, right? Right now I'm pretty confident. I'm single. I do my own thing when I want to do it, and I'm happy. And I'm happy from the inside out, because the 9s are all about doing it by yourself. So you don't need any external validation to make you happy. You already are happy. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is here, and that is change. It's significant change. It's about expansion. It's about moving forward. It's about, it's Jupiter energy, right? It's abundant. It's happy. It's growth. And I feel like you're ready for it, but I feel like everything's going to change. And so I feel like that's what the worry is. If I take these 2 cups, am I going to be in the 5 cups? Because I'm already single and happy, and everything is about to change. Tell me what's about to change. We've got the 7 of Wands. I'm about to leave the crossroads and take some action, make a decision. This is something that I feel that you have been in indecision about. We've got the Ace of Swords. And we have the Magician. So I feel like it's going to take a lot of getting to know somebody verbally. We've got the Queen and the King of Swords here. These 2 are formidable opponents. They're both very smart, very highly educated, 2 people who are very, they can talk about anything. Sun, Moon, and the Stars, they never run out of things to talk about. I feel like you really need to get into the nitty gritty, the resources, the things that make this person magic. It's great to look at the surface and talk to them about the things that are on the surface, and it all looks like magic. But now we have to talk about the skills and the resources. So what does it look like as we move into the future here with this? It does feel pretty solid, right? But what is it that I'm seeing here that makes me feel like this is my wish fulfillment, or that I've called this in? So I feel like you need to be very specific, particular, honest, and truthful, have clarity. Make sure you ask a lot of questions. Tell me what this outcome is here, because it feels like whether this is a job or whether this is a person, it feels like you need to start in the talking stages. If this is a job, it needs to be negotiation, clear negotiation, because we do have the Two of Swords here. The negotiation could end up being the block for you, and you might ignore the red flags. They might say, wow, it's a 5-year contract and you don't get a raise for 5 years or 3 years or whatever it is. I don't know. I'm just pulling a number. But it could be at the time when you're in the honeymoon stage that you're like, yeah, I'll just sign on the dotted line. I mean, you're giving me a $10,000 raise. I'm okay with that for the next 5 years, but please understand that things are going to change in the next 5 years, right? You're not going to be able to make much more money than that in the next 5 years. So it's a good solid offer, Taurus, but it's going to take a lot of learning, reading a lot of the fine print, and figuring out what it is exactly that you're agreeing to. If you're going to agree to the terms, make sure that you know what the terms are. Tell me what the outcome is for Taurus here. We've got the Three of Cups in the reverse, we've got the Knight of Swords, and we've got the Five of Pentacles. So I want to say for some of you, it feels like you're not really happy with the terms. I'm going to say with this Knight of Swords here, the terms seem a little bit aggressive. And the Three of Cups in the reverse tells me this is no fun anymore. Maybe even within about 3 months, this is no fun anymore. And so maybe, I was just saying that maybe you had agreed to 5 years, right? And the Pentacles for me are years. So you could have agreed to the 5 years, and maybe after 3 months you end up not being all that happy with it. We've got the Six of Pentacles in the reverse because you end up putting way more into it than the other person or the corporation or the job or whatever it is, whatever this agreement is, because the Ace of Swords is a contract, right? So whatever the contract is, you might be unhappy with the contract because it ends up being quite one-sided. We've got the Two of Pentacles, we've got the Four of Wands, and then we have the Eight of Cups. So are you settling? I'm going to say, are you settling? The decision that you're making is going to affect your happiness. 2 and 8 is 10. I feel like it is going to affect your happiness. The decision you make is going to affect your happiness. It's going to leave you in this place where some of you will feel like you're settling and some of you will feel like walking away. So I feel like this might be the deciding factor here, is the Four of Wands. Because the Four of Wands is, I'll be able to buy a new house. I'll be able to move into a new apartment. I'll be able to buy a car. I'll be able to get some financial stability, some emotional stability. Maybe you're in the Two of Pentacles right now, and 2 and 6 is 8. You know, that's a significant raise. So it might be the financial factor for some of you, as it turns out to, whether it's a relationship or whether it's a business. It might be, this seems lucrative. It might be that. I'm going to leave that right there, Taurus. We've got the Ace of Cups here. Whatever it is, you're going to love it. You're going to end up really enjoying this relationship with this person. Please spend a lot of time in the talking stage. It feels like it can be a new door to love. For those of you who this is a business or a job, it feels like this is something you're really going to love. But I feel like you're holding back because you want to be sure of the terms. The Empress is here. Look, they're getting the good deal. They're getting a good deal. Whether this is a relationship or whether this is a business or a place of work, they're getting a good deal because they're getting the Empress. But what are you getting, right? Are they holding back? Are they holding back, restoring whatever it is that needs to be restored? Like it feels like it's a decision that really needs to be looked at carefully. Because I feel like you'll love it, but it also feels like you might feel stuck there. That initially, in the honeymoon stage, it feels great. And then it feels like they're taking advantage of you after that. Or you might feel that they're taking advantage of you after that. They're getting a good deal because they're already getting the Empress. But what are you getting? Make sure that you know what you're getting, because under here, remember, was the Page of Swords. Make sure you do your investigative work, right? I'm going to leave it right here. Thanks, Taurus, for being here and watching. Do appreciate you, my bull gang. I'm going to go for now. I'll be back because I'm always back. You guys take care. Bye-bye.